TomoNews presents Facebook Controversies.
It's the Russians again, isn't it? Facebook has uncovered a complex disinformation campaign that may have been aimed at influencing the upcoming U.S. midterm elections. 32 false pages and profiles on Facebook and Instagram between March 2017 and May 2018 have been removed after they violated a ban on coordinated inauthentic behavior. The operatives put out a total of 9,500 posts on Facebook, luring 290,000 people who reportedly followed at least one of the pages. From April 2017 to June this year, the accounts ran 150 ads worth $11,000 paid for in American and Canadian dollars. They also created 30 events which attracted the interest of 4,700 accounts. One bogus page that promoted a counter-protest even coordinated with administrators from legitimate pages to co-host the event. Those admins have since been notified. Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg says an investigation into the operation is still ongoing. And while they haven't expressly identified the Russians as the culprits, tools and techniques used in this case were reminiscent of a Kremlin-linked group believed to have interfered with the 2016 elections. Facebook sure has its hands full.
Facebook finds fake Russian accounts spreading fake news. Aha, so it was the Russians all along. Either that or Facebook is trying to make something out of nothing. Facebook says around 3,000 ads worth $100,000 ran on their network over a 2-year period, ending in May 2017, adding that the purpose of the ads were to spread divisive social and political messages. The ads directed people to 470 accounts that were spreading false news or were in breach of company policies and have since been shut down. As part of an internal investigation on how Facebook could have been used to influence the last U.S. election, the company found ads that were bought from U.S. IP addresses, but with their language set to Russian. According to Facebook, in that part of the review, they uncovered about $50,000 in potentially politically related spending on about 2,200 ads. The advertisements did not support any particular candidate, but focused on immigration, race, and equal rights. Facebook knows all your browsing habits. A U.S. judge has dismissed a lawsuit against Facebook that accuses it of tracking users' browsing activities, even after they've logged out of their account, with the judge saying plaintiffs could have kept their online activity private, but chose not to. Websites create small text files known as cookies that are stored in the user's computers. These allow websites to recognize the users and their preferences. Cookies are usually deleted after users leave certain websites. Facebook has promised that cookies are deleted when users log out. However, the site continues to store user data such as account IDs. Facebook also tracks users through third-party websites that feature the Facebook like buttons. When users visit web pages with embedded like buttons, the browser automatically sends information to both Facebook and the server of the web page. Facebook started using web browsing data for interest-based advertising in 2014, which displays ads for products that users have already been looking at in their Facebook feed. Users can choose to opt out of this type of advertising by modifying their account settings. Facebook wants to get inside your head. If Facebook is the future, then you can bet it's going to be filled with some pretty nifty brain control technology. Plans for the new tech were unveiled during the group's annual F8 conference in San Jose, California. Facebook's research group Building 8 is developing a silent speech interface, so users will be able to type with their brains via non-invasive sensors. The technology will tap into the brain's speech center, decoding brain waves and feeding them directly to a computer. The goal is to create a system capable of typing 100 words per minute. Facebook is also working on a project to allow people to hear through their skin. An electronic device will administer frequencies in different patterns on the forearm. Users feel it and decipher the word based on the pattern. Both projects have a 2-year deadline. However, the Skin Hearing Initiative has yet to establish an end goal and is not as advanced as the brain-computer interface. For tech that's not so out of reach, there's Facebook Spaces, a new VR app that's just been released on beta for the Oculus Rift. The platform allows for hangouts in virtual reality space. Users can pull in outside content from across the internet, making for a fascinating yet also slightly bizarre experience.
Ways to protect your data on Facebook. And this company wants your facial biometric data. Here are some ways to protect personal data on Facebook without deleting the entire account. The first step is to remove Facebook from connected apps, basically disabling the platform so third-party apps cannot access your account or information. Next, users can adjust the amount of data friends and family take with them to other apps such as birth date, education, employment, and relationships. The third alternative is to shut off Facebook's data collection for advertisements. This includes website and apps use and ads coupled with social actions. And as a fourth alternative, hop over to Google+. Yeah, right. Just delete the Facebook account.
Big Brother may be in your phone. Social media giant Facebook is pushing facial recognition as a way to safeguard online identities, but is instead raising concerns over privacy in several sectors. Facebook's facial recognition technology works by analyzing users' photos and generating a string of numbers called a template that's unique to each user. When photos and videos are posted to the social network, the unnamed faces are scanned and matched to names and templates stored in a database. A Facebook spokeswoman claims that if the system cannot find a match, it doesn't identify the unknown face, adding that the facial data is deleted immediately. While it's possible to turn facial recognition off, critics still find the software problematic since it scans every image, even of people who have opted out of the feature. Facebook has also applied for several patents that use the technology. One aims to tailor ads by analyzing users' facial expressions via their phone camera. Another checks shoppers' online profiles and uses it to determine a trust level. This Big Brother-style approach to facial data is worrisome, especially since Facebook doesn't exactly have the best track record for honesty or for keeping user data safe. Fortunately, a lot of groups recognize this and are moving to protect biometric data. The company is facing a class action suit filed by Illinois consumers for violating a state biometric privacy law and could stand to lose money and what's left of their reputation if it moves forward.
Facebook to punish posts looking for likes. Facebook said on Monday it's going to start demoting posts that are just fishing for likes. As Facebook has grown in size, so has the annoyingness of their news feeds. Users are increasingly getting bombarded with irritating posts that tell people to like, share, or comment. This method is mostly used by brands and companies looking to expand their footprint. The social media giant has tweaked its algorithms to detect posts that are merely engagement bait and says it will show them less in the news feed. The changes will be rolled out over the next few weeks to give publishers some time to come up with other ways to game the system. The real question, though, who still uses Facebook? No Facebook for a month? As concerns over Facebook rise across Asia, a South Pacific nation is considering temporarily shutting down Facebook, supposedly to figure out how to regulate it. The government of Papua New Guinea says it wants to ban the social network for a full month, citing research and analysis. Sure. Communication Minister Sam Basil claims it's to crack down on fake users and filter out information that's false or misleading. But some are doubting the government's intentions, saying the move seems fishy. Officials have been pretty sensitive to criticism, and at least one opposition MP thinks the ban may be used to weed out and silence dissenters on social media. Basil didn't seem to mind a permanently Facebook-less Papua New Guinea either, and thinks making the nation its own social network site might be a good idea. Sounds like someone's been taking notes from Big Red Brother. Facebook taking heat for Cambridge Analytica breach. Are there really that many suckers in the US? Of course there are. Facebook is facing calls for regulation from Congress after reports that a political consultant gained inappropriate access to 50 million users' data beginning in 2014. Cambridge Analytica used personal information taken without permission early in 2014 to build a system that could profile U.S. voters in order to more effectively target them with personalized political ads. Around 270,000 people allowed a researcher to use her personal data, who also scraped the data off all their friends as well until the end of 2015. The researcher then sold the data to Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica worked on Trump's 2016 campaign. However, a Trump campaign official said it used Republican data sources for voter information, not Cambridge Analytica. Facebook is claiming Cambridge Analytica and researchers were in breach of policy and that it was exploring legal action.
Facebook removes profile privacy. Your stalker will be pleased. Facebook is known for constantly changing their privacy settings. New privacy features is Facebook Ease for your private online space getting smaller. After all, it must be hard for Facebook's investors to care about privacy when they have yet to see any cash return. And advertisers are beating down their doors to get at that goldmine of private info stored in Facebook's creamy center. This latest improvement, making all profiles searchable, means that you now have to block every single pervert or nosy boss individually. But don't worry, perverts and nosy bosses. Just create another Facebook account and every man, woman, child, and ex-girlfriend will be searchable to you again. Are you going to start using another social network in protest at Facebook's latest change? Ha 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 ha!